Plaintiff Jane Mathis says the defendant was her roommate, and Jane believes she was a prostitute because she was constantly bringing men in and out of their home. Jane claims the defendant also used drugs, despite Jane being a recovering addict. Jane's suing her today for rent and eviction. Defendant Robin Smallwood says Jane is nothing but a cougar who hit on Robin's son every time he came to their apartment. Robin's countersuing because she claims Jane harassed her while they lived together.
Let me make a clarification about that last case before we go further. I want people to be confused about my opinion on Robin Banks. Even though they're predatory lenders, some of them, and some suggest they should be robbed, but I don't suggest that. I'm against it. Of course, I don't hear felonies in here anyway. All right, start with you.
Robin Smallwood lived in my home, and she started bringing people, men in my home. She used drugs. I'm a recovering drug addict, Your Honor. And I asked her not to bring drugs in my house or men in my house, and she did it anyway.
Did you bring men in?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, when I came home from work, I would be hungry and want to wash my clothes. And I never could, Your Honor, because she always had company in the house. And she tied the rope on the door so I couldn't get through her room to go to the kitchen so I could cook me something. So I brought all my stuff into the living room. And plus I felt threatened in my own home because she told me she had a gun. No. Plus she was using drugs. Plus she was bringing all these men in my house.
No.
Yes.
How do you know she was using drugs?
She does.
Because she told me, and plus we got all kinds of traffic coming in and out my apartment. Something that it didn't start out.
She could just be man crazy.
No, Your Honor, no. She was prostituting men out of my house.
No, she wasn't. She got a lot of boyfriends.
Yes, she was, Your Honor.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, Your Honor, I used to live with her sister, and I had stayed with her sister for a good while, okay? And it was time for me to go. So she asked me to move in with her because she didn't want to be by herself. I had no problem with that.
Did you tell her you were 10 deep? You ain't tell her you had a stable? That's the problem. Go ahead.
The agreement was that I paid $197 a month. I had no problem with that. That was cool. And I did that. Now, I'm a young woman. She's an older woman. I have male friends. But when she's talking about I would lock the door, sir, I have pictures showing where she barricaded it to where I couldn't even go through the door to use the restroom. She had mothballs now. You talking about somebody that's addicted to mothballs. She's addicted to mothballs. She got them all over the floor, you name it. I've got pictures to show you.
Yeah, I've been in houses where it smelled like mothballs. And you say you had to live in that.
Baby.
Ma'am, you got mothballs all over the big hard
Your Honor,
ones?
and they were there before she got there.
They got wood mothballs now, man.
Yes.
I like mothballs.
And as far as me getting high and stuff, no. I mean, I work in construction downtown, so no. Only man friend that usually came over was my boyfriend and my son. And my son stopped coming over because she was trying to holler at him.
Oh, for real?
You know what I'm saying? My son's like, I come to see my mama.
Do you mind speaking today, sir? Did you state your name?
My name is Anthony Jackson.
What do you want to tell me about your mom's defense? This is part of her legal defense.
Recently, I came in contact with my mom, and when I first see my mom in Louisville, she was living with the witness. And I used to always, give my mom a hug. I'll give the witness a hug. So I've never met this one until I came back the second time. So I go the same routine, hug my mama, hug her because she's like a mama to me too. So then she's like, I want a hug too. So I give her a hug. It goes from me giving you a hug to, what you doing later? And now I'm looking like I feel like a piece of meat. You didn't tell me I look good and this and that. So I'm like, it's nice meeting you, but I'm not here for that purpose. I'm here to check on my mom. So.
Ma'am, this
okay,
man,
Your Honor, one thing.
Okay.
I did ask him for a hug because he was hugging everybody else, and I'm a hugger. I like to hug. Okay, but all this other stuff about me flirting with him, oh no. He's a baby.
She's a cougar, baby.
I probably have kids his age.
She's a cougar.
What you say?
She's
And
a
I think he
Cougar.
might have me mixed up with my, no.
She tried to give him my son. My son stopped coming over.
All
I
right.
don't want her son. I have kids his age, probably.
Thank you. I know it, ma'am. I believe you. She's trying to get out of this rent you suing about. Tell me about the rent.
Exactly.
Tell me about the rent.
Robin was paying rent real good. October, November, December. When January came, no rent. February came, $80. March came, $100. April came, no rent. May came, no rent.
And when you ask for your money, the last time, what has she said?
The last time I asked for my money was in the courtroom and
Oh.
it got denied.
So you attempted eviction?
I did.
Let me hear from you, ma'am.
Okay. I wasn't even in a place in May, so I was not there. But I have a receipt where she signed where we went in half on the house, which was an agreement. Okay? I have money orders with both our names on it.
Let me see the evidence, please, Doyle.
And then another money order, but I never did get to fill it out, but I had took a picture of it.
Many men as you
And
got,
I've got
ma'am,
the
you don't
eviction.
need to be
I
falling
ain't-
behind
I've got
on
the-
no rent. Many men as you got.
Exactly.
Hey!
You're gonna
But I
fall
got the
behind on
eviction
your
notice.
rent. Tell some of them to leave a few of those dollars on the way out the door.
I've got eviction notice that was dismissed because I did pay my rent.
Ma'am, she's
No,
about to show me
that's not
that.
why
And
it
you
got
said it was
dismissed.
dismissed.
That's not why it got dismissed, Your Honor. It got dismissed, Your Honor, because for the simple reason that when I wrote the eviction notice out, I did not write it out the right way. And that's what the judge said. And plus, she asked the judge
You
for
showing
7
me
more
something
days.
else. Let me see your evidence
Dismissed.
there,
May the
man.
10th, I was not in her home.
Fake evidence, Your Honor.
She got the same copy. I
Fake
mean, I can't make
news.
something fake.
She says fake news, ma'am.
How's that fake?
It ordered you to pay $73 in court costs. And you say it was dismissed because what again?
She said I didn't write anything in there
You
about...
said because you didn't fill it out correctly.
Right.
And you didn't write anything about monies.
Exactly.
Because there was no issue about
Did you
money.
tell the clerk that's why you were
I
filing for
did, Your Honor,
eviction?
and I also told the clerk that I didn't know how to fill that daggone thing out, and she told me that she could not help me figure it out, so I filled it out the best way I knew how.
Your counterclaim for $800 is emotional distress.
Yes, sir. Because
How so?
How so? Because she took the mailbox off the house to where I couldn't get no mail. When the eviction notice came, she opened it up and then sent it to me on Messenger. That's how I knew I had to go to court.
Ma'am, did you take the mailbox off?
I did not.
There you go.
I
You
was-
said
even-
that too quick.
I did not, Your Honor. I promise you I did not. I was not even there when
Where you said it and the tone you said it.
Your Honor,
guilty.
I wasn't even there when the mailbox came up missing.
How long did you allow it to?
It's still
be
missing.
And you stay in the home also, right?
I don't. I stay at my daughter's house.
And ma'am, this receipt, all it shows is 630, and I don't know what the other ones is.
That
smeared.
one, what number? But for 600.
This one.
Yes,
well,
sir.
I can't tell. It's smeared. Ma'am, you can't hand me evidence that I can't read.
I'm sorry.
What is it supposed to be for?
And it says payment for.
The rent on the house that we were supposed to went in on.
Okay.
It don't say all that. It's
I'm talking about the receipt. The receipt and
That's what it was
paper.
for, Your Honor.
Oh,
on the
I don't see
paper.
all that. 925 minus 630. I'm gonna go with at least that. I do understand that. And it's
$295.
200, and it has your name on it. $295 is your judgment. I don't know who took the mailbox, so I can't give you any emotional distress. She took
But
it
what
down.
about being locked in the back of the house? That's what I'm saying. Where the papers that I showed
You
you
locked her in the house,
in
ma'am?
the back,
Honor.
where I had to use the restroom in the back of the room and in the kitchen.
Your
I
Honor,
showed you all
she
that's
wasn't
tied
even
up.
supposed to be in the house.
That's what I'm saying. I had to move
She
down.
wasn't even supposed to be in the house.
I'm a grant.
And
I'm
no-
a grant of $200.
No.
Yes,
Your
yes,
Honor,
yes,
you
yes,
listen.
yes.
I'm saying
Thank
I
you.
did not lock her in the back of the house. I locked myself in the living room to be away from her for my safety. She got it twisted. I
Thank
don't.
you.
Wow.
No, ma'am. You done lost me now.
I'm
Somebody locked
serious.
themselves in their own living room
I
to
did
keep
because
away
I
from
didn't
their
feel safe,
roommate.
Your Honor.
Don't
Thank you.
believe that.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you anyway.
Judgment for you. I'll grant you $295.
Your Honor.
However, ma'am, locking this woman in there, I'm gonna give you $200.
I did not do that,
Yes,
John. Thank
you
you.
did.
I just want to say I still love you.
And I still
But
love you also.
I just can't stay with baby. It's too much for me. Love you to death.
Love you too.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Kimber, you be on my mama forever.
There you go.
Like I always
It's
do.
Iona, baby.
And you know I've never made a pass at you. You know I always
Come on
We definitely
now.
go through this right here.